Welcome to our Rolemaster Actual play session. Twilight of the Old Order is a campaign set in the world of Duyranaki, the continent of men. In this gritty, cutthroat world, politics, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 144 of Twilight of the Old Order. The Twilight Party have again picked up the trail of their foes, the Committee for the New Age. We rejoin our heroes, fighting for their lives against a group of soldiers and Blueskin tribesmen, just as a massive winged creature has entered the fray. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance. And, as the words say on the screen in front of you, welcome to our story. That story is Twilight of the Old Order. These are the 6 characters in play this evening. In a second or two, I am going to hand over to the players of those characters, firstly with a pre-recording, and then after the pre-recording, the players are going to just provide a little bit more detail about their characters, answer a question that I sent out earlier in the week, just to provide a little more depth about their characters in this game. Before I do, my habitual, my regular, but my very sincere thanks to our subscribers, the people that follow this channel, the people that provide comments or suggestions or encouragement or ideas, either on Facebook or the various other places that this game and the other game that we play are posted up online. This is a hobby. We get together because we enjoy each other's company. We get together because we like telling stories together. We'd be doing this anyway. The fact that we can put a camera on and share our hobby, share our stories with the world is fantastic. And the fact that the world, some of the people in the world anyway at least, are enjoying what we're doing and provide kind comments and useful suggestions is really appreciated. So, sincere thank you. What we'd say to anybody perhaps who stumbled across this recording for maybe the first time, or maybe you've seen one or two of these and you're thinking about it, if you're enjoying it, if you're getting something out of it, if you're laughing, if you're filled with suspense, if you really can't wait to see what happens, or perhaps just you learned something, we really would appreciate either a like down below or even better, subscribe. And if you are a fan and you have subscribed, we'd really encourage you to tell other people that you roleplay with, perhaps other fans of Rolemaster, that this channel exists, and perhaps share it with them. It really is appreciated, and it does help the channel grow. Thanks very much. Alright, as mentioned before, we have a pre-recording where each of the players in this game introduces their characters up on screen. And the order of that recording starts off with Graham. Graham, the floor is yours.
Hello, I'm Graham, and I play S-wyvern-ening, who is a human swordsman, a dab hand at the sword, spent his whole life training in swordsmanship. He is a very charming fellow and fancies himself as a bit of a leader.
Hi, I'm Stara. I play Jada. She's a 6'7" Arab-looking woman. She fights with a quarterstaff, but not often because she's a healer. She grew up in a monastery where they adopted her, and she has just been taught how to heal, do martial arts. That's all she's done her entire life.
Hello, I'm Graham, and I'm playing Tanya Anastasia, who is an elven hunter. Dab hand with a bow. She has some outdoor skills, some very adept sneaky skills, and is an interesting personality, a little bit spiky, a little bit difficult to know, but inside, a good egg.
Kia ora everyone, my name's Anthony, and for this episode I'm playing Ascallion, or Askell for short. He's a tall half-elf warrior mage who comes from the port city of Shabibi, and accordingly his favourite weapon is his ornate cutlass. As a warrior mage, Askell combines his offensive and defensive spells along with his prowess with his cutlass and in unarmed combat.
Kia ora, my name's Pete, and I'll be playing Nicholas in this episode. Nicholas is a common man and a mentad by profession. That means he is a spell user, and he uses spells from the mentalism realm. Nicholas is a quiet and sort of unassuming sort of fellow. He doesn't like to draw attention to himself.
Hello, my name's Giles, and I play Yotto, a grey elf in the 2nd century of his life. Yotto is a warrior mage by profession, meaning he combines the warrior skills learned from his mother, a great samurai in the East, with Western magic. Although life has sometimes been challenging for him, he still believes both in the world and people, and therefore travels light, very light, as he makes his way in the world and on his adventures.
There we go, folks. So hopefully those recordings and explanation of the players, of the characters up on screen, just fleshes things out a little bit more about who the faces up on screen are. To enhance that knowledge and to help with both your understanding as viewers, but also mine as the storyteller, and I think for the players as well, I sent out some questions earlier in the week. We play on a Wednesday as we are tonight, and usually in the week I send out some questions, or I ask people to come up with an image about the character's past, or just something which provides a bit more depth and understanding of what makes the character tick. We spend a few minutes on this each session, just delving into the character's past. I did get a question recently, why do we spend so much time doing this, both with the pre-recording and then this discussion? And the answer is, these stories are about characters. They're about the faces up on screen, and they're about what happens to them. And I think, at least, it's important to make the tale more meaningful and to understand perhaps the motivations or why a character does a particular thing if we understand a little bit more about them. Tonight, it is Giles who is telling us all. Giles, take it away for Yotto, please.
So Yotto wants to answer a question tonight, and the question is, describe an event when your character had to confront a powerful enemy, in this case enemies, and the odds seem overwhelming against them. How did they persevere? It's interesting, Chris. This is just a little description of an event in his past, and one that's, I guess, pivotal to how he's developed, really. So half-elves live a long time. As a sort of a middle adult, Yotto had the rather unfortunate experience of seeing his hometown of Yabe in the Sun Kush sacked. So marauders came in and essentially destroyed his town. His mother was a famous samurai in the town, tried to defend it and could not. Now Yotto had spent quite some time training in the monastery as a warrior monk by this stage, but was unable to do anything in the face of these overwhelming odds. He watched his mother do her best to defend town, and failing that, really should have committed seppuku, but could not do that, and instead chose to defend Yotto and her husband, Yotto's dad, who subsequently escaped, Yotto watching his mother be murdered. So how did he cope with overwhelming odds? Well, he ran away, and that's something that's dogged him ever since that time. It's developed a deep hatred of the people who ransacked his town and murdered his mother and defiled her honour by preventing her from committing seppuku as a samurai warrior should. And so, yes, I think it's probably a pivotal part of how and why Yotto behaves as he does. And on that note, I'll pass it over to Pete.
Nice one. Thanks, Charles. Pete.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to hear more about Yoho, as he's so new to us. Thank you. For Nicholas, I'll be answering, discuss a moment when your character had to confront their own mortality. How did it affect their outlook on life? I'm thinking about a time in game. I think it was one of maybe the second session that Nicholas was in, because he joined the already existing party. And I can't remember exactly where it was. Could have been in Narf,
Yes.
perhaps.
Yes.
Where there was a group of orcs. I think that the party had previously had a run-in with, and they sort of ambushed our party. And Nicholas was sort of fresh-faced and new to things. You know, he was keen to. Well, he was out adventuring in the world, and I think he got shot by one or two arrows.
That's right.
In game terms, he was taking hits per round, and I think he got down to his last, 2 or 3 hits, basically. He didn't die, he didn't fall unconscious, but it was a very close thing. What that would have done for him is he would have reflected, well, it confirmed how all of this mucky blood business, all of this sort of adventuring and, I guess, sword weapon wielding is really not for him. He's not particularly keen on it, and it's risky. But also it confirmed to him that he really ought to be able to defend himself. So since then he has developed, whilst he doesn't agree with weapons, doesn't like all of that stuff, he sees the need to be able to defend himself. So he has developed skills. I haven't sort of discussed this, but I'm sure he would have asked others in the group, perhaps primarily Severin, to help him develop his short sword skills. Mainly, as he used in last session, so that he can parry. He's being attacked. He doesn't intend to attack anyone with it, but he wants to be able to defend himself. So yeah, that was his reflection on how brutal the world can be. Yes, can we please pass over to Stara?
Sure thing. You're on mute, Sarah. There we go. Hello?
Better?
Yes, gotcha now.
I'm still going through Jada's skill list, just covering each skill that she has. One of them here is geography. So I've put some pictures into the Jada channel.
Oh,
Right, should have warned you.
Yep.
There's 3.
Okay, hang on.
What do we want? We just want the... Oh, yeah.
Goodness.
The first one.
First one, okay.
Yeah, I know. There's more each time.
Yeah.
So she...
Hang on, it'll just take a second for me to get this. Yep. And then just do you want all of those downloaded?
All 3 is fine, or just one at a time from the top.
Cool. Done. And then oops. Great images. Hang on. Going. See. So I think I put the There we go. Okay. Ready? And first image in a second. Okay. Coming now and coming over to the channel now for you to describe. All yours.
So she got quite an interest in learning the flags of the world. That's her learning all about the flags. She started to go to quiz nights when she got really good at picking flags. And what? So the next picture is her going to quiz nights, and
the next picture. Okay, this one here. Oh, yes.
Yeah, so getting quite good at quiz nights. She's
Yeah.
really quite happy about this. She can do all the 186 flags of the medieval world, and she often would win these quiz nights and get given money, and she would take that and give to the poor, which is the third picture. That's her handing out all her prize money to help the poor. One
These
of the
just keep getting
pictures,
better.
one of the pictures. Oh, I should have shown you. It suggested that would I like to add someone jumping up with joy when they get a quiz question right. So I clicked on that, and it literally had a man like 20 feet in the air with the most manic face, just overly excited and flying. and it said, "Do you want people to have different expressions?" So I clicked yes, thinking that some would be sort of happy and some would be concentrating. They were like cross-eyed and yeah.
Lovely. And of course, in this game, she's holding on to gold coins rather than
Not
dollar
American
bills.
money.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. These images just keep getting better and better. Lovely. Who would you? Well, there is only one person to hear
Anthony.
from. There is. Yes. Anthony, take it away, please.
All right. Basically, I'm also going to do the discuss a moment when your character had to confront their own mortality, how to affect their Auckland life. When we were in the in-between, or the upside down, I forget which one it was called, Askell fell into a pit trap, and amazingly, he did not die. Very close to it, but he got quite well banged up. So that was a little bit of life flash in front of his eyes. I think he got levitated out from memory.
That's right.
He managed to miss all the spears bar one, which is a good roll. How did it affect him? His outlook? He just sort of jumped back into it and then pulled the middle lever, and then that was it. He died.
I have to find that text that actually shows that it was. I swear it was pre-written. That first lever does this, second lever does this, the one in the middle does that. I'll find it and I'll send it out. And should anybody be interested in those exploits of Askell, those were in a previous film session. So if you go back into our back catalogue, you can find exactly when that happened. Unfortunately, the session that Pete described with poor Nicholas getting shot, that wasn't a session that we did quite some time before we started recording these. So regrettably, that one's not viewable, but Askell's escapades in the pit are definitely available. Well done, excellent. Thank you very much, one and all. Well introduced. Oh, just before we continue, there are two other faces up on screen. The first is Severin Kaidegard. Severin is usually played by Graham. Graham is not able to join us this evening. And Pete, thank you very much for stepping in and playing Severin on Graham's behalf. And also the second of Graham's characters, Tanya Anastasia, is normally played by Graham. Tanya is, in fact, unconscious and lying in a pool of her own blood as we start playing, so even if Graham was around, she wouldn't be in play tonight. So, those gentle viewer and gentle listener are indeed the characters that are in play, and for some reason, and I don't know why, my Discord is not showing up in the recording software, which is a bit strange. Anyway, okay, well, we will continue, and maybe it'll sync a bit later on. Very good. Pete, can we hand over to you, please, to provide a bit of an overview what happened last time, and I'll switch to the map. Right, Pete, if you wouldn't mind, we had some slight technical issues there. Could you give us a rundown of what happened last time, please? And yes, the mapping software is working.
Excellent. Yeah, so last session started with Severin and Nicholas over the wall up by that the ladder that we up the other end. Sorry, there we are. Yep, being attacked by 3, soon to be 4 people, with Askell flying above the roof of the hut, about to come and attack them from behind, and Yotto and Jada down the far end, where poor Tanya was up to shenanigans. So that's where we started. the people duly came and attacked Severin and Nicholas, and they managed to defend themselves by parrying. And Nicholas managed to cast a spell on one of them to sort of distract them, making a sort of a ghosty thing appear and start attacking one of them. And fantastically, Haskell flew down and was moved up and was going to put himself in a position where he's going to be able to attack our assailants from behind. I believe at the same time Yotto had landed and was sprinting up the outside of the fence, intent on coming and joining the group and joining the fray. And I believe Jada was still. I'm not entirely sure. She was going to. I think she cast fly on herself, and she was going to go up and over the wall.
Right.
I believe was what happened.
Right.
Star, jump in if I've got that wrong.
I'm hiding behind that house invisible, but I am able to fly.
Yeah, cool. So we managed to. Haskell did some fantastic sword work and was able to kill 2 of our opponents. Nicholas also summoned a really large, an elemental, riding elemental that's shaped like a bird. Bit of an odd thing. It's not a particularly effective fighter, but it was quite good for distracting, I suppose, and seeming imposing. And so we were able to deal with the people who were surrounding us by some good rolling and some strategy. And we'd gotten rid of killed our foes all apart from one spearman who was running away. There he is. And we were just sort of starting to be feeling a bit relieved. Oh, okay, perhaps that conflict could have been worse, but not too bad. When we heard the beating of wings, and a winged lizard-like creature came flying in and picked up one of our enemies from the village down by the gate and dropped him somewhere. Am I right in thinking that? There he goes. I mean, looked like a dragon to us, but I think we've sort of had our characters might not know the difference, but it's only got one set of legs, so it's probably a wyvern is what we metagamed thinking. So we're pretty much there. Just sort of flew in, picked them up, sort of mauled them a bit and dropped them. I can't remember if that's what happened, but then sort of flew off, but we're thinking it's going to come back around. So we're just sort of, right in the thick of things.
Excellent. As per usual, Pete, great job at narrating. Thank you. And yes, indeed, this winged thing came swooping down. You can see my cursor. Yes, you can. Great. Came swooping down here. There were 3 soldiers, not necessarily that your characters were paying much attention to this or even saw this, but actually no, you did, because you heard the beating of the wings and you heard the scream of this thing. Some of you at least might have caught a glimpse. Jadar certainly did. One of these people at the gate was picked up and dragged over here. And then this beast that kind of flew down almost from very much at a very steep angle, attacked down here and then flew up overhead. And this massive beast swooped probably 30, maybe 40 foot above your head. Not far above your head, and has gone rocketing up somewhere up here. So down on this arc, and then has gone up. You had immediate foes around you, and some of you have attended to that. Yotto, you have let's just quickly go through where characters are. Yotto, you jumped in this small stream here. Severin is here. Haskell here. Jadar invisible here. Nicholas is here. And poor Tanya, lying in a pool of her own blood, is here. Before I switch on the music, any qualifying questions, anything that's not clear, anything that you want me to describe a bit more, or you need me to embellish in any way?
Just a little thing. I think the map wasn't allowing Nicholas to be actually under that ladder, but he did want to go right. I think it only allowed him to be at the side, but he actually had gone right under. Cool. He was cowering against that back wall.
Great.
Defense.
Thank you.
As small as possible, but yeah.
Duly noted. Cool. Anything else? Going once. Twice. Okay. If you're ready. Let's start the game. So we're going straight into rounds. The fight is still on. Things are still pretty desperate. We're going to end rounds. Initiative. Roll initiative. Off. Jada, you're first to act.
I'm gonna stay hiding.
Okay. Okay, done. Next. Okay. 1 second. And just coming. There we go. Lovely. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Haskell, you're next.
So he would like to resume flying, because it should be able to do that. And he would like to just go up a few feet, basically just a couple of feet off the ground, and then having heard that the noise, then fly back to just around the corner of the building.
So how far can he fly in a round, please, Haskell?
30 feet.
30 feet, cool. So how far up does he go?
Well, 1 foot. Just enough to get him off the ground. Yeah, basically. And then
30 foot?
Yep, just around to the corner, that far right-hand corner of the building. The other right-hand corner. Yeah, I think
So
that's the direction he's going to head. So
35.
yeah, if he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. But that's where he's heading.
Cool. Now, you of course are unaware that Jadar is there.
Yep.
So you're about there and about that far off the grounds. Any further?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, lovely. Who speaks Duyranaki here?
Liz does.
Yeah, Eskel does.
Everyone does.
Only to 2, so not really.
Yeah. Okay.
Eskel 7.
Could those that speak Duyranaki just give me a quick perception roll, please? I'm just going to make this unmask. Just interested in high.
Plus what, 67?
Yep. And the 47?
47 was 7.
Okay. Okay, cool. Just going to truck something into your chat. Nicholas. And Yosso, did you make a roll?
I didn't. I was going to ask. Oh, I will do. He might roll super well. Oh. Wow, 100. Why couldn't have I saved that?
Did you roll 100? Roll again.
I want to save it for fighting that big thing in the sky. Oh. 5.
But it's still pretty good.
You get both ends of the scale.
Just coming.
You don't need his perception skill.
Yes, please.
So his general perception is 48.
Cool. All right. Unfortunately, nothing for Askell, but coming into Nicholas's channel, and definitely with a roll. And you probably don't get all of this, Tarquin, but
Close, Yotto.
Yotto, sorry. Oops, I clicked go too soon. Coming, just ignore that, Pete, for a second. Okay. And Yotto, coming. Done. It's really loud. The others, all of you hear somebody screaming in both pain and yelling something in a language you either don't understand or you don't quite hear from over by the house.
Sorry, Chris, is that the one with the fire?
Sorry?
Is that large house with the fire?
Yes.
Thank you.
Right, next up. Nicholas is next.
So, he would like to have the bird thing attack the spearman.
Done. How far? It moves. How far does it move? And it moves fast, doesn't it?
It moves 570 per round.
Goodness me. Okay.
That's what it says on the sheet, anyway.
Yep, sure. Moves up and has a go at him. Yep. Give me an attack roll, please.
Oh, 70.
There you go.
Oh, whoops, in the wrong channel. That went into my channel.
It doesn't matter. That's fine. Yep.
Cool.
It's a grapple.
It's a... yes, 80 and a medium grapple.
Okay. This guy is parrying. He tries to thrust this thing away with a spear. If it was a smaller entity, it wouldn't be able to get at him, or it would it would have a penalty to get at him. This thing's large, it's 13 foot, so it reaches out. It reaches out and touches someone. Yep, 2 and an A. Roll the A, please.
Oh, 6.
6. 1 hit point of damage.
Cool. Now this thing does have an additional crit if it grapples someone. I don't know if we play that rule, but...
I think we concluded that these entities are pretty powerful in their own right, Pete.
Yep, sure. Cool. And then before he's got 50% left, he's gonna huddle in against the wall, and he'll not quite crouch down, but he'll stoop as much as he needs to, right in the back under that ladder. So because here there's those supports that come out, he'll sort of put himself, and he'll be back. He'll be sort of, back there and right in against the wall. He doesn't want to get grabbed by that wyvern thing. And just as a I don't know if this will take an action, but using general knowledge, can he identify what that thing is?
Yeah, give me a general knowledge roll.
Uh, 54.
This is Master, of course, because he's trying to remember it.
Yep.
Okay, and what's his general knowledge?
58.
Oddly enough, he going back to his upbringing, he does remember. I mean, he didn't get a good look at this thing. He thinks it is either a dragon or some people certainly call them worms, or yes, two-legged things are wyverns. Now, he didn't. There's no way, it was traveling way too fast for him to see how many legs it's got. He didn't ask it to stand and count. But yeah, he's pretty convinced it's a dragon or a wyvern or a something.
Cool.
But I would say he's got a closer look. He would know a little bit more. He doesn't have dragon lore, so he probably wouldn't know all the abilities of such things. But he'd at least be able to potentially identify it.
Cool. Thank you.
Done. That's Nicholas's turn. Next. Okay. Next. This guy here. Really wants none of this thing. And where is... There it is. Can't see it for looking. Where is the entrance to this house? There. Glances over his shoulder, and after this horrible thing attacks him, gets inside. Alright. Yotto.
So he's, I presume he can't touch the bottom of this little stream.
Oh yeah, it's not very deep.
Okay. I mean, basically he's worried about this flying dragon, call it what you like. He thinks it's a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's heard this yell from the barn,
Mm-hmm.
where the fire is. He wants to get there, but he wants to do this safely. So either he could do this through the water, that I expect would be slow, or he could cross the stream. There's no one on the other bank. He could climb up onto the bank, and basically he'd look to get to the house, and he would essentially move along and undercover and try and drop himself back into the stream opposite. So he wants to get to take a good look into what's going on over in this house on the basis of what he's heard.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, he could try, if he wanted to see what's going on, he could try a perception roll from where he is at right now, peering out of the water.
Okay, perfect. He'll do that first then.
Okay.
And he'll perceive hard as. So he'll use, what is it? A big chunk, whatever the big chunk is.
Okay, so you can you can. This is just observing, just checking out your surroundings. You get to roll, and it's plus 10 for every percentage over 30%. So in other words, it takes him 30% to perceive, and if he wants to spend 40%, he gets a plus 10. If he wants to spend 50%, he gets a plus 20, and so on.
Well, there's no one around, is there? Like, none of the baddies are close to him, are they? They're running away or in a different place.
In his immediate view, he can't see anybody, no.
Yeah, he's going to use his entire 100%.
Okay. So that's a plus 70 to this roll, and it's basically just to see if he can spot what's going on. Now, it is some distance off, of course, and it is getting on for night. But yep, give me a roll.
Yeah, he's an elf, and yeah, you're right. He's looking at the house. He wants to know what's going on there. Oh, another roll I want to save. 96.
96. Don't forget it is masked.
Oh, damn it. Can I attack some of it instead?
31 plus 70 plus...
And his perception is 48.
Plus 48, sure. So, this is probably, I think, the first time we have used this roll. And just for viewers and listeners' benefit, the idea behind it is this ability to add more to your perception is sometimes it doesn't make a lot of... in the previous rules, it doesn't make a lot of sense if a character is staring for a whole 10 seconds and they don't see what's going on. Particularly if it's something a relatively easy thing to notice or see. This is not a perception roll for looking for a trap or looking for a hidden object or something that requires specialist knowledge. This is just simply spotting and spending more time trying to take in information in your surroundings.
I've never asked Chris, but
yep.
Because he's a half-elf, does that change the roll?
It doesn't change the roll. What it does change is how far he can see in poor light. So
Okay.
elves can see further in poor light than humans. Half-elves can see further in light than humans.
Yep.
Cool. And sorry, you did tell me. What's his percentage, please? What's his perception, please?
48.
48. Thank you. Look, it is, and there's a slight minus on that because he's kind of peering out from just above the water. But yeah, he does make out, and obviously you've worked out this, Yotto. There's a soldier, someone that was dressed like that. You're presuming they ran from the gate, and he is being systematically butchered by these people here. They're standing in a circle and they're just sticking pointy things in them, and it's pretty fucking horrible.
Okay.
That's your turn.
Thank you.
It's your turn, Yotto. Squish. Next up, Severin.
He is going to. So he can speak for Bronick. He's right next to Yotto. He's going to look at Yotto. And if he sees that Yotto is looking towards that where the sound was coming from, he'll say, "What can you see?" to him. And then, depending if Yotto gets to answer or not, that's fine. But Severin will move to pick up his bow and then go and hide next to Nicholas.
Okay. Yotto, I'll give you three words to... You spent your entire time kind of staring intently at what's over there. Give me 3 words to describe, if you want to use 3 words.
They're butchering enemies.
Cool. Grabs his bow and stands next to Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm hiding, right in against the wall, trying to be not dragon bait.
Right.
And he'll begin loading his bow if he's got any. It's 30% to pick up from the ground, so he'll start loading with the remainder of his turn as well.
Yep, cool. Sounds good. All right. And that is the end of the round. Initiative. Roll initiative. We're off. There is... the sounds of wings, and they're coming down fast from above you. And this horrible, massive thing swoops down and does a circuit low this time. You hear the leaves and the branches creak above you. Hard to estimate, but probably just above the height of that tree there. And this horrible thing just swoops down and does another circuit and then flies up high into the sky in this direction. So it's come down, first came down like this, it's then come down on the other side. Can you see my cursor? Nod if you can see my cursor. Can, thank you. It's come down on this side like this, and then it's got up into the sky again, out of view from what people have seen. But it didn't attack this round. Jada, you were hiding here. What are you doing? You're on mute.
Yeah. Did you say there were people talking? Can I try and hear? I speak a little bit of Hebronic, or have people stopped talking, screaming, talking?
You haven't heard anything more. It's just the once.
Oh, okay. I think I'll just stay hiding in case it comes back.
Okay. Yotto. Hello, Giles.
You're on mute.
Damn it. Thank you. He's going to stay in the water. He's going to stay low, like really low in the water. Then he's going to head towards the fire.
Okay. Look, I'm not going to ask for a swim. This would come up to probably his chest. If he ducks down, he'll be below the water, obviously. He can quite easily walk along it.
And Chris, if I need to, can he save as much movement as he needs in an opportunity action? So if that thing swoops down again, he's just going to drop himself under the water. So if you want to save a little bit of his action as an opportunity action for this round, if that flying dragon comes back down, he underwater.
Okay, so he's... Okay, so let's figure this out. How far can he walk in a round?
So 67 feet.
67, which should get him to there. In a round, he's walking, which should get him in water, which should get him to say there. and he's saving a little bit to ducking down. So I'll say that's about where he gets. So
Perfect. Just so I know for next time, how far is that? About 35 feet, was it? 35, 40 feet?
Yeah, approximately. Yeah, that'd be about right. He's walking through water. Yep.
That's helpful. Thanks, Chris.
Cool.
And I guess his colleagues will be able to see what he's up to, right? Which is fine by him.
If they're looking, they might be looking. If they're looking at other things.
Cool. Thanks.
Askell.
So Askell is going to keep hovering and flying as he does a foot above the ground, and he's going to move another foot straight ahead. 30 feet, sorry.
Okay, which is about there.
Cool.
About there.
Yep.
Okay. Next. Askell, you see, because it's right in front of you, a body on the ground and somebody just sticking something sharp and pointy into it, and someone is yelling at you in a language that you don't understand and has a bow drawn back. You can just see in the firelight this person here, and they move out to about here, and they're screaming at you, and they've got a bow trained on you. And others are armed and coming out of the firelight and seeing what's going on. They're definitely, if they can, trying to be under... All of these people are under shelter, so they're definitely under the... either in doorways or under that little archway there. From what you can see. You've moved, that's your action, Askell, but that's what you can see. And this guy, this person here, has got a bow out. They're not quite there. They're kind of under this covered lean-to here, and they're screaming at Askell, and they have a bow pointed directly at him. Just coming into... Oops, we're in that view. That's all right. Nicholas, some information in your channel. I'm going to get the spelling wrong. Coming into your channel in a second, Ped. Hang on. Now, Pete, you've got no... You hear this really, really loud. Like someone is yelling this, top of their lungs. You have absolutely no idea what or who or what's going on, but this is absolutely what you hear. No. And I put it in the wrong channel, didn't I? Whoops, a daisy. That was unfortunate. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do too many things at once. I'll be going into your channel now. Oh no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't in your channel. This is in your channel now, Nicholas. Cool. Next up, so that was Askell. does do. And he runs out and runs in here. Goes and hangs out with chickens. Oops. From here for the moment. Next. And all these people are undercover, as mentioned. Nicholas, what do you do?
He is going to pass that message on to Severin to say that's what they're saying. That's what that shouting is.
Okay.
He'd like. Can you just? I see where the bird thing is. See. He's going to put the bird thing to the right of the door of the house that the spearman went into.
Birdie?
Yep. So not so the spearman can actually attack it from inside the house.
Yep, got it.
But he's putting it right up against the house. Sorry, now to the left of the door. Thank you.
Oops. Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, got it. Bird doesn't want to play ball. Okay, it's standing.
Yep.
Standing there. Got it.
Cool. And he'd like to use the rest of his round to do perception.
Yep, give me a roll. So you get a plus 20 for this roll.
Oh, damn it, in his chair again. That was a 2.
2. Remember, it could be really good. It could be really bad.
He's wanting to. Sorry, just thinking. He can't see the main house where the shouting came from.
What's his perception, please?
Oh, sorry, 39.
Cool. So he is here.
Oh, he can see the house. Okay. I thought he would be able to.
Yeah, he can see.
Yep, he can. So he'll definitely be looking there, and he'll also want to spare a glance down towards the gate as well.
So this is Nicholas Cam. So he can see down the gate, and he can see. Let's see.
Oh, Yotto in the water.
Yep, Yotto in the water. So yeah, he's basically just here. Yeah, you can see Yotto in the water, and he can see people moving around here.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
But not much more detail than that.
No. And also he's human. Light's getting lower. It's harder to see.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Next up is. Okay. Severin.
Sorry. He'll finish loading the bow, and he'll just section as well.
Sure. You're on.
Nice.
He would have picked up the bow and loaded last round, I think, from the top of my head. Is that right?
Yep. Oh, sorry. Perhaps, yeah. Sheathing his sword as well. I forgot to factor that in. So
Yep.
I'd say.
With all of that, that's 2 rounds. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. That was a 90.
And there's crouching down. Sorry. Yes, a 90.
Yeah. 94 for the roll.
Yeah. 94. Okay. And what's his perception, please?
72.
72. I will give him plus 10. He basically, with all of those actions, sheathing the sword, picking up the bow, crouching down, and putting an arrow on the string, I'm going to say that's a full 20 seconds. But he does get us a little bit additional to have a look and a listen. What in particular is he focusing on at the moment?
He'd like a general scan of the whole camp, the whole farm, but particularly looking at he speaks for Bronick, so he heard the shout about the first shout.
Yep.
Focusing at the main house too.
Yeah. So he definitely has a much better look than what Nicholas saw, and yes, there are a number of people here. There are people he just catches moving around inside the house, so you can see there and there are others too moving around inside the house, and warriors, definitely people with weapons. Another one comes out, and they're all people with weapons and definitely keeping undercover.
Yeah. And speaking of that, can you also check the sky?
Well, he's under here, so he can't see a lot of it.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd rather that than be attacked. So
okay.
That's all good. Okay, so weaponed people. Thank you. Cool.
And that is the end of the round. Severin. So that's the end of the round, and then initiative. Severin, you have an arrow on the string, so you do have a bonus to initiative because you are ready to fire this round. If you wish. Only for firing, of course.
Yep.
Which does give you the action first. So you've got the bow ready to go. Do you fire this at the moment?
Can the opportunity fire? I don't know, it's difficult.
He would have, and he could try to fire. He could try to loose the arrow from in between here, but it's crouched, it's cramped. He would get a bit, and I'd give him a minus 10 to fire. Crouching down, he would be able to fire more cleanly if he stepped out.
No, not.
Is that fair? Is that fair? No, he could crouch down and aim. No, I take that back. No, he can. He can opportunity fire. Where is he aiming?
Any people who come to attack them, or if the dragon thing comes to attack, he would like to make the call on if dragon is sort of intent on attacking him, he would fire back. If it's simply doing another flyby and attacking someone else, like someone else he doesn't care about, then he wouldn't.
Okay, cool. Thank you all. Speaking of your friend, oops, seconds. There you go. There is a colossal thud and a scream. And the sound of splintering timbers, and these people over here scream, and you can see Severin staring at them, and certainly Askell, their reaction is they're looking in this direction, and something bad is happening over here. Severin and Nicholas, you see this. This creature has swooped down and has, using its legs, it's not as fast this time, more controlled flight. It's ripped the roof off this hen house and just sent it flying, and as parts of it just disintegrate, it lands with a thud here and starts moving in your direction. Obviously, Severin and Nicholas, you're aware of this. Askell, you would have seen it too. Jada and Yotto, you've heard a noise, but you're unaware of what's happened. Jada, what do you do?
I've got this skill called Ancient History and Racial History, but I don't know what they do. Will it help me know more about this creature?
Oh, you can always try, sure.
Oh, I know, but... Okay, I'll just see roll for Ancient History.
Yeah, give me a roll.
Just in case it helps. Okay, where are we? 57.
7. And what's your ancient history score?
It is 59.
No information. Sorry.
Okay, well then I'll just have a look at it. Can I roll for just like seeing what I can see, or will you just tell me?
We look at what? Sorry.
The wyvern thing.
It just mentioned you can't see a thing. So
I can hear it.
You can hear it. You heard something happen.
Oh man.
Yep.
But I'm still there, invisible. Gonna lay flat on the ground.
Yeah, sure. So.
God, I hope it has a poor sense of smell.
Dropping to the ground is what is dropping to the ground? Rapid drop to the ground. Do you carefully drop to the ground, or do you rapidly drop to the ground, Jada? 10% or 20%?
Rapid drop.
Rapid drop.
And I'll pull out my quarterstaff and just have it ready in case this thing grabs me.
Okay, rapid drop to the ground. You hit the ground. You're now visible.
Oh, damn! No. Goodbye, guys. I'm dead.
Okay. Moving on.
Forgot about that.
Next, Askell.
Yeah, he would obviously have seen this giant thing land off to his left, which would distract him away from to look away from the guy pointing the arrow at him. But he was going to just raise his hands. Yes, he's got his cutlass in one hand, but he's just going to raise his hands, and then as a sign of he wasn't going to do anything. For the arrow person, but he would actually reverse flying.
Okay.
Noting that to just nip around the corner.
Okay. We might, it's not actually flapping, it's on the ground, it just looks better flying, I think. There we go, so it's actually not hovering, it's standing, it's on the ground. Actually, maybe not. There we go. No, I will change my mind. Okay, so he's reverse flying, he's going back.
Just to around the corner to get out of sight. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's him.
Cool. And next up is Yotto.
So I guess things are all looking pretty bad. He's gonna get himself as close. Oh well. Can he see, Chris, if anybody in the hut is looking at him? I don't know how dirty the water is, how obvious he would be. It's pretty difficult to tell.
You don't know for sure. There are people definitely were looking in his direction. Suddenly now their attention. So initially they were staring at Askell. You could probably see Askell and in your direction. You have just heard, because your eyes and ears are above water, I'm assuming. Well, we've said they are.
Yep.
A really loud noise. And the sound of something really big bumping to the ground. And their attention, which was focused in this direction, has shifted to this direction.
Okay. Is this water murky or clear?
It's relatively clear.
How dark is it?
It's roughly what it is you can see on screen.
Oh, I don't mean the water, I mean the time of day. Like, how close is night?
Late dusk, shadows are lengthening, but it's not night yet. Late twilight.
So he's gonna
probably a little bit dark. Hang on, maybe I can help you out.
It's fine. I mean, he'll be hard to see. Yeah, that's basically what it means. Not impossible, but hard. If someone took a good hard stare in his direction, they'd probably see his head above the water.
Harder, yeah. You assume?
Yep. So he's going to do the same sort of thing. He's going to move forward to try and get, essentially it's the opening of this little stream. He's going to save enough action as an opportunity action, so both if this dragony thing gets too close for comfort or somebody over there looks in his direction, he'll just... He wants to be snug up against the bank so he's as hidden as possible from the people across. He thought they were friends, but he's not so sure now after their response to Askell. So there's a little outcropping, he sort of wants to tuck himself behind it.
Okay. Just having an issue grabbing him for a second. Let's see if I can find him. No. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So 30 foot more is kind of about there. About that?
Can you rotate it 180 degrees? And zoom in. And zoom down. Yeah, so as hard over to the bank as he can be. Yep. So he's in the water apart from his head so we can see in here. Yep. So yeah, there's that little outcropping he wants to kind of essentially use as a bit of hiding. He should come into Askell's view now.
If Askell's looking for him, yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Thank you.
No worries. Right. Next up. This guy here heads back inside. Okay. Someone is shouting over here, and someone hands this guy a spear from inside the house. This guy here is also running over to the door, and someone is handing him something. This person here. Okay. Backing off. Nicholas.
Nicholas would like to move the bird thing to essentially where Jada is.
Okay.
He doesn't know that she's there. Oh no, he does. He will see her, but
Yep.
yeah. So hopefully it can make it so that keeping Jada's house between it and the wyvern. Doesn't want to attract its attention by moving this thing closer. I assume it's obscured from the wyvern's vision by the house.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
Jada, you see this massive, horrible bird thing coming right at you. What do you do, Nicholas?
So he's going to pause it there, and with opportunity to move it if he needs to intercept the wyvern if it's coming their way more. But I suppose that's waiting for the next round. He would like to perceive the wyvern more.
Okay.
He'd like to look at where it is looking.
Yep.
But he is still hiding.
Yep. Did he want? Oh, he didn't say he wanted to try a hiding roll. So okay, give me a roll, please.
No. 75.
75. Okay. Plus.
39.
Yeah, you catch a glimpse of this thing, and it is, by the way, you notice two things, Nicholas. It's here, and its positioning is it's looking in this direction, and then it's turning its gaze back in this direction. So it's swiveling its head to exactly where you and Severin are, and it's also looking in this direction. That's the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is from this angle, yeah, from here. Yep. Yeah, you just catch a glimpse of something a bit weird about it. When I say weird, I mean it's a fucking dragon. Of course it's weird, but you catch a glimpse in the dying light of the day. Something in its shoulder. The remains of a spear. Particularly good perception roll.
Thank you. If he's got any action left, he'll.
He doesn't. That's it.
Okay, cool.
That was moving the bird and then a full perception for the rest of it. That's it.
Yeah, cool. Well, he could say it's wounded to Severin.
Okay. Severin, all of this time you've had a declared action that you could have acted at any stage. Back to you at the very end. What do you do, if anything?
Yeah, no, he wasn't going to take the shot, obviously. He would like to change. Yeah, he'd like to do the same thing. He'd like to perception back to where the spearman's hut, and at the wyvern too, to see where it's looking.
Okay, give me a roll, please. Sorry?
63.
63, yep. Plus
72.
72, cool. Yeah, you don't see any movement from inside this hut. nothing here. And this creature, the only thing you notice about this creature, you've got no idea what Nicholas is talking about, saying it's wounded. You think Nicholas is smoking something. But you do see that it is turning its head side looking here and then looking directly at you.
Okay. Can he, I don't know how this works, in a moment when it's not looking at him, can he make a move? Or how much action have you got left?
Well, that's it. That you'd said that you're perceiving, you're spending
Okay, cool.
your own, so that's your action.
Cool.
And that is the end of the rounds. Initiative. Roll initiative. Severin, you have the initiative to fire this round. Nothing else other than fire. At any stage you can fire. Otherwise, you'll probably go later in the round. Are you wanting to fire now or at any stage? You have an arrow on the string.
Yep, he will. If he, it would take him. If he doesn't end up firing, it's 10% to change his action, right?
Correct.
Yep, cool. So he will take the option to fire if he needs to. So if it charges, or if there's someone else appears who needs to fire at.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Next up. So this critter has been turning its head this way, and then this way, and then this way, and this way in the last few seconds. And right now, I'm going to roll the dice to see which way it goes. Into the main game channel. 50 or below, it turns towards the house. 50 or above, it heads towards the scaffolding and the people cowering under the scaffolding.
Drum rolls.
What's that? Drum rolls?
Drum rolls. Too late.
Do we have a drum roll? Do we have a drum roll? That wasn't quite warm up. Oh, exclamation mark. Oh, hang on, Anthony, we're getting... Anthony, extreme heavy breathing from you. Thank you.
Can't be me.
Or from someone. Exclamation mark. Space. Oops. Exclamation mark. Space. D100. Cross your fingers, folks. D100 and under heads over the bridge. D100 and over comes towards you guys. Coming at you now. Goes over the bridge. This creature with a awful scream flies, springs, leaps. It's horribly fast, and crests this short distance, which is something like 70 foot, in a very short speed of time. This person very bravely, you don't know whether they were brave or what, or rooted with fear, you don't know. They and one other person was still standing there, and this thing smashes into some of the building in its express purpose of trying to launch itself and devour this person. Did move and attack, so there'll be a modification to its attack, but not much because it only moved for it a very short distance. And smashes into this person. There's a scream as this guy goes sideways. This is the one that was pointing the bow at you, Askell, and smashes into the building. At the same time, let me just check. Yes, and a second attack. 2 attacks in a round. It attempts to claw him as well. Bash him first, and then claw him. No, bite. Gives him a bite. Doesn't have a shield anymore. Huge chomp on this man, and bites him in half. There's a scream, and he just is torn to shreds. You're closest to this, Yotto, and you just see this happen. This guy just gets kind of split in two. Very, very dead. Next up is Jada.
I'm gonna cast Invisible again.
Okay.
Moving very slowly this time. 41.
41. No preparation. 41 minus 30 is 11. However, you are 8th level. You're lucky with no prep. The spell goes off.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank the dice. You're lying on the grounds. As far as you know, you're now invisible again. You've got 25% action left. What do you do?
Cry softly.
Cry softly. Done.
Very quietly, softly.
Done. Yotto, you've just seen a man get smashed into and then literally eaten in half, torn in half with this creature's jaws. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna take an opportunity action, and he just needs to. Essentially, Chrissy wants to be as invisible as possible from that thing he doesn't recognise and has never seen. And that's either going to be in the long grass to the right, or the house, or the water. I mean, probably he does not want to get out and does not want to move. And it's getting darker, so he'll probably just stay. But I guess his opportunity action will be to, sink himself to the bottom of the stream or whatever, if this flying monstrosity heads in his direction.
Okay.
He's going to take his sword out.
Okay, so draw his Odachi. Odachi?
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So that's a 20% action.
And of course he's doing that, so if this thing has a go at him, he's just simply going to put himself under the water with his sword up. Mm-hmm. So at least he's got a spiky thing to put him off.
Sure. Cool. Done. Okay. A group of these people are now assembled door, and a number of them have spears, and they're kind of forming at the door. And they've just seen somebody, presumably one of their companions, just get torn in half. Nicholas.
Can you show where Nicholas and Severin are, please? No. Okay, so we are in, of course, view now that way.
You've probably just seen something horrible. Just seen something horrible happen here. Maybe a little bit of it.
Can you just turn the camera to the right, please?
Yep.
The distance to that other building, please. Oh, yeah. Not the Spearman building, but the one on the other side of the creek. Yeah.
96 foot. From here, 40 to there, and then from there, 70. So that's probably a better. About 110 foot. Yep.
So we could. Okay, Nicholas is going to. Oh, he's going to. How far can he get? Can he get to round behind the Spearman's house?
So to get, say, here.
Yeah.
That's 87 foot.
And he was 60 foot in the turn. No, he'll aim to get behind the tree.
Okay. What pace is he going?
He can do that. Oh, he'll run over there, doesn't he? No, he'll go behind the Spearman's house, but he'll do it at a run.
Okay. Look, I'm trying to decrease the amount of rolling we do for running. Let's say he's fine. And 2 paces, it's to about there, and then you can position him.
Yep. What's the house between him and the dragon?
You tell me where you want him.
Oh, what's the animal there?
Yeah, it's a cow.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep. So I can just so that he's got the house between him and the dragon, basically. So yep, a bit further to that corner of the stone wall. Perfect. Yep. I think that's he's out of sight from the main house there. Yes. Yep. The main thing is not to be where he was.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you.
Next up. This guy comes out. And runs up here and dives over the fence. Thud. Haskell.
Sorry. Haskell, I think, would be just peering around the corner of the building, just observing what's happening. I'm probably in a bit of a state of shock as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be fair. Ooh, okay.
Be thinking, man, I was lucky I got around the corner.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Lovely. Anything else?
I guess he's just watching to see what transpires. He can obviously see, easy enough for him to see that the winged beast is over there eating someone and attacking, and then the humans on the other side are obviously look like they're not wanting to be dinner or lunch or brunch, whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have got spears in their hands, long spears, very long spears, and shouting as one. Damn it, that guy doesn't want to stand up. Let's see, is there anybody else? Yes, there is. That woman hasn't. She has a bow. They're all under cover as much as they can, and as one, shouting, and with these very long spears out, bravely, insanely, you don't know, but they advance on this creature. The spears would be at least 10 foot long. metal heads and just very, very long wooden hearts. And they move up in a line like this. I can't because of this thing here. And shouting and jabbing at this monster in front of it. They are screaming at it. This woman here off to one side. Very bravely. Takes a shot. And the arrow unfortunately glances off this beast's scales. But they're moving forward in a line. Whether they're kind of actively trying to attack, you're not sure. But they're certainly yelling. And they're chanting a word. And Nicholas, you can pick up what the word is. It's just simply this word. Coming into your channel now, Nicholas. Where's Nicholas's channel? There's Nicholas's channel. Just see what I'm filming. All right. Let's just go back to that. There we go. Next up. Sky. Yeah. It's having none of it. And starts climbing the ladder as well. Whoops. And that is the end of the round. Severin, yet again, you're first with a bow shot.
Sorry, I just said what Severin did at the end of last round on mute. Severin had cancelled his action and he'd joined Nicholas.
Okay.
At the end of last round. Sorry.
Okay. Done. Next up. 12. Okay. Again, this horrible thing lashes out at these line of people with spears. It's being jabbed at now. And it tries to snap at one of them. Seems to be reasonably ineffectual. And then quite horribly, it kind of half twists, kind of almost shimmies a little bit, and then does a flick of its rear end, and there's this kind of whip crack, and its tail shoots out and rockets straight towards the same man. And there's a scream from the guy hit. Yeah, not great. Jada, what are you doing, please?
I'll stay hidden there.
Okay.
Keep still.
And next. Oof. One of these people with a spear jabs, and there is a pretty horrible snarl of pain from this creature. It really didn't like what someone's just done to it. Next up, Haskell.
Guess he's just watching it unfold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yotto.
I think enough is enough. So he's going to backpedal.
Okay. What does that mean?
Same deal. Chris is essentially going to go back the way he came, saving enough action that if this flying thing decides actually playing with the spear guys isn't so much fun and he feels like eating one of us, he can get down low.
Okay. Alright. He also backs up to about here. Oops. Oops, no, I did get him. There you go. Cool. Next up. Nicholas.
Have a look at where they are. He will move to the end of to his right.
Mm-hmm. This it's actually a cow, not a bull, is half mad with fear, and is backed up as far as it can. Actually would have. There you go. Yeah, it's on a lead, and it's over here as far as it can go. Out of the way. What are you doing, please, Nicholas?
He is going to just right there, crouched up against the wall, and he might do a hiding maneuver, actually.
Okay. Give me a roll, it's must. He doesn't know how well he hides or not.
Ah, 94.
Shame. Okay. What's his bonus, please?
Plus 31.
Plus 31. Cool. Okay. So look, he crouches down. It's yeah. He scrunches himself down as small as he can, and tucks himself in behind the wall and this wagon. Partially even under the wagon. He thinks he's reasonably well hidden, but who knows? Cool. Next up is... Ooh, another attack. Yeah. Okay. Seven.
Yeah, he's going to move to his right so that he can see the battle,
Okay, yes.
but he will also want to be hiding, crouching below that wall so that it's very difficult to see from where the dragon is.
Okay, so kind of about there.
Yeah, but sort of right in against the wall, just head over the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Quite some distance off, and it is getting darker, but yep, okay, cool.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the end of the round. Initiative 7, you don't... You got an arrow on this... No, you don't have an arrow on the string, do you? You still do. No.
Although, but he's not.
Yep.
And he's not aiming to take a shot.
Yep. Okay. Next. Yeah, this thing has had enough. And with a scream. It rushes this way. And launches itself into the air. And flies that way. So it turns around on itself, kind of half runs, half flies across the bridge, gets to about midway through the bridge, and then basically there where it is, launches itself into the air on these huge wings, and at speed goes rocketing up into the air, almost directly up. Its trajectory is kind of up and then up, really directly up into the sky. Haskell, you've seen it do that. What you do?
I think Haskell is going to probably fly up to in line with the roof line, up and over, and like sort of peering over to watch this winged beast.
So he goes up 30 foot.
Just in line with the roof line, so sort of like up across the roof line, so like he's pseudo laying on the roof, but he's not actually. He's just flying just to the ridge line, just so he can watch what's happened with the winged beast. Yeah.
There?
Yeah, sounds good. Like,
okay.
So he's just percepting to see what it's doing.
Okay. Okay. That is your... How much would that be? That would be... Call it 60% of your movement. You could do a 30% perception if you wanted.
Yep. That's what he's going to do. He's just trying to see what it's doing.
Yep, sure.
And what's been happening. You got a 62 plus 35.
62, thank you. So it goes up, Haskell, and there's a ray of setting sun or something, a bank of clouds. You lose sight of it. It's traveling really fast. What you did see was it went across that bridge and not quite vertically straight up, but not far off it, as fast as it could go up. It's up above you somewhere. Where exactly? You don't know. You can't see this round anyway. Lost track of it. Next up is Jada. Jada, there's this bloody great big horrible bird thing here, by the way. You're on mute.
Yeah. I won't move because I don't know that. I don't know that that's just one of us that bird, do I? So I'll probably just keep still.
Okay. Yotto.
And Becco, he keeps on going. He's going to go right down to the end of the river and then go to the hut, basically as far away as he can. But it's just river walking. Still going to save enough action to get underwater if he needs to.
Cool. Hang on, just having some trouble grabbing him. Come on, where's Yotto? No, give me Yotto. Oh, goodness, there you go. So about that back, kind of. Oops, about there. We know he's in the bank. I'm not going to move him. Okay, very good. Next, Nicholas.
He will. He will move out from where he's. Well, his will being aware that the dragon's gone, right?
No. He heard its wings, but
didn't see exactly where it went. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So he'll ask Severin, where is it?
Severin says up. Yep.
So he would say, did Severin see it leave?
From that perspective, yes.
Well, I mean, but we'd high in the sky as well, also, didn't it? So
yeah, but Nicholas didn't necessarily see it. He wasn't looking there. Severin saw it leave. Yes, he did.
Yeah. So Severin about it after it's left. Nicholas will say, "I'll follow your lead," basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the end of the rounds. GM's going to grab a drink and use the bathroom. Be back soon.
They had good tactics, those villagers.
Yes.
So I, so far this entire session, have gone down the river and back up the river.
Yep. Yeah.
Good work.
Do we want to... So, yeah, I wonder if we want to leave, fight, negotiate, or leave. I reckon are our options.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think we need to regroup so we can make a decision about what we want to do. And if this wyvern comes and gets us, I mean, we're just going to get massacred, right? It's just, there's the impossible reality. We have no mechanism to fight it.
Yeah.
I reckon, so based on what we were told previously, the villagers themselves are neutral. The people they've just killed off were the bad guys, the World of Duyranaki or whatever. So I think if we had Grain, the negotiator here, we'd get him to smooth things over.
Yeah, maybe that's what we should do, regroup and try and head back towards the villages. I mean, Yotto definitely saw them stabbing up the guy who was attacking us in that group. So
I think the wyvern's gone anyway.
Yeah, maybe we come in peace. Yep.
Swooping in though, but I'm sure they weren't neutral. He said they were happy with the people there. I don't know.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were more pro. They were pro. They were pro. They're more pro Terang than they are pro World of Duyranaki.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Or they did just stab that guy on the ground though.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Just because I don't like those guys doesn't mean they're on our side. I think they would do the same to us.
They might be just feeding the dragon, you know, like, well, here it comes, you're it, out you go. I don't know.
Because we have to negotiate with the village elder, don't we, to get the information of where.
Oh, I thought we just. Well, I mean, he's just going to be down in the valley.
I thought we had to go here for a reason.
Well, Well, that's sort of a mystery, really. We sort of did decide to come here in case they were here, but Swibash clearly isn't. Only thing is, do we want to leave these guys at our back? So I don't think that we're in a particularly good state to take them on. Who knows?
We still got to pick up Tanya, right?
Yeah, we do.
Before the dragon gets her.
All right, trusty ginger beer in hand. Next round. All right. Initiative. Roll initiative. Off. Severin, technically you've got an arrow readied, so you have a chance of firing if you wish.
I thought it was that he's not really. He could fire on his round, but he's not got his bow up. He's not waiting for a target.
He's not. Okay. In that
No,
case.
no, he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Cool.
Well, I'm just checking that's the rule as well.
That
I mean,
is-
he's
that
not
is-
looking down his arrow yet.
The whole idea of you getting plus 50 to your bonus as he's got is that he is ready to fire. So yeah, I'll take that off, Severin.
Yeah. And last time he was hiding behind the wall, so he couldn't have been.
True. Yeah.
Just because. Yep.
Severin, you do see the following. Some of the rest of you do as well. There is yet again this sound. You're getting pretty sick of it, and it's coming in fast this time. This thing has gone up, basically loop the loop. And swoops down. I'm not going to move the counter. And rushes down, and with its claws extended, coming in incredibly fast. Oh god, yes. With a scream of utter terror, it picks up one of these poor, tethered, unable to move, unable to escape, poor little ponies that have been waiting here in mortal terror, yanks the thing, and flaps off in this direction. Heading, so it's flew out, up, basically loop the loop, swoop down again, grab one of these things, and is flying off in this direction. Bye bye, pony. Hang on. Oh, these things can be so Where is it? There it goes. Just coming, guys. Sometimes the counters are easy to manipulate, sometimes they're not. So, you don't know, Askell, perhaps you were looking in the wrong place. Maybe you were looking up too high, maybe it doubled back. Whatever it is, it was incredibly fast. Next up is Jada. Hello, Jada.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Who's the bird? Is it? It's it's you, Peter, but which character?
Nicholas's bird.
Okay, I'm still invisible, but I might just whisper, like, is that you, Nicholas? Knowing that he can do those spells.
Okay. There's no response from the thing next to you. It's it's stationary.
Oh. I'm just gonna stay hiding.
Okay.
I can see that dragon in the background there. Behind the tree.
Askell, you've gone up to the roof line. What are you doing?
Well, having heard that thing, winged thing, come back behind us, he's probably spinning around, and he'll do more percepting. Just to see if he can track where it is.
Sure thing. Give me a roll, please.
And follow its trajectory path, and obviously see if he could see what it was carrying.
Sure thing.
52 plus 35.
Definitely. Absolutely. So you don't know what it is. You think you might have actually just been looking in the wrong place for this thing. It was so fast that it came up and double banked. Yes, you think it actually went up less height than you thought and swooped down relatively low. You see it grab one of these poor ponies, and with an absolute shriek of terror, this little horse, I mean it is just literally a pony, is in its both claws of this creature, and it flaps, carrying this utterly terrified beast, whinnying and squealing with terror as it flies down pretty much there, and that's the last you see of it, just there, at least for now, and it flaps down over this lip and goes down into the valley beyond. That was
right. Okay.
I'm going to say that was your full action.
Yep.
So it was. Yep. Okay. Yotto.
So he will, I guess, have been facing in the direction he's going. He will have seen this dragon swoop down, gobble up a pony. He's going to keep heading towards the end of the river.
Okay. Okay. Yep. He gets there at the end of this round. Does he have a preference of going one way or the other? Or stay where he is? Stay in the middle. You're on mute, Giles.
Well, he's going to stay in the water, and then what he's going to do basically is hot foot it behind the house to his slight right. Okay. So because he can see this thing that goes up and over the fence, right?
Yep. So he's there. Where do you want to position him at the end of this round? You can move him either side, or stay where he is.
He can. Well, he needs to be in enough water that if this wyvern thing comes towards him, he can bail and get under it, So he needs to be in water that's up to his mid-chest. And then essentially next round he's going to bail it towards the house.
Right, so where does he go this round?
That's fine if that's deep enough there, Chris, you can leave him there. If it's deep enough, he'll go to the top corner, which gives him the shortest distance to the house.
Okay, keep him there then. Alright. Nicholas.
Nicholas will wait and follow Severin's lead.
Okay. More shouting from very angry shouting. Nicholas, you're aware of the following. You understand the following, and it's loud. You can basically half this valley hears it. Just coming into your chat in a second. Just need to change my view. There we go. Nicholas. quite a tirade. Next. Coming. There you go. In addition to movement around the house and yelling about those comments, Nicholas, that you can understand, there is screaming and wailing. People are crying, and more people are coming out of the hut. And yeah, there's great grief and anger and very, very, very angry people at that hut. Seven.
Nicholas will tell Severin what he's heard.
Okay.
And then they will both make their way back to where they came from, and they are wanting to spot any of their comrades.
Okay. So they were there.
Yeah.
And they
Also,
were...
but wanting to be aware of the person in the hut too. Bringing out of them. But, yeah.
Okay. They're walking. What speed are they moving back?
Cautious walking. Yep. So that far is fine.
That's all they can get if they're walking about there. Yep. In terms of wanting to see their colleagues or their companions, yeah, they could just make out they're looking for people, so they can see the top of Yotto's heads when they get to about there, and looking with reasonable relative ease, they can see Askell there. There's no sign of Jada.
The end of their action, I assume.
And there are definitely people staring in their direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people down here. That's what they've picked up. And that is the end of the round. Next round. Jada, you're next to act.
I'll hand over to Anthony. I'm just going to go pick up my son.
Okay, sure thing. Sure.
Sure thing. Right? Anthony?
So Jada would like to run screaming at the villagers, waving her quarterstaff.
Excellent.
No.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes,
Some action from Jada. That's great. Good to get some action for a change. Okay, what is she? How much is she parrying, or is she just charging straight ahead?
100%.
What does she do, please?
So she's invisible. Got the giant big bird in front of her. Did she?
Not unnerving at all, by the way.
No. So did she see where Severin and Nicholas went?
No, doesn't.
Okay. Can you see Yotto bobbing in the water?
I mean, she's been focused in this direction. She's been. I've assumed, because I haven't had much information, that she's been looking in this direction. So, yeah, what does she do from here?
So should be facing backwards, like away from the villages.
I am assuming she is facing in this direction. So the way we're looking is her field of vision.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So towards the villages.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Cool. So she would have seen Askell flying because he wasn't invisible, so she was going to pop up.
Yeah.
I think she would actually call out to Askell, ask him to come down.
Okay.
And come down, and where are the others? That's what she'd be asking.
Okay. Sure. Right.
So not moving, but just calling out to him.
Done. Yotto. You're on mute, Giles.
I'm a dum-dum. He will have seen his mate, so he's going to hop out of the water and wander over to them, thanking the mystical GM for the waft of warm air that's going to go past and blow dry his clothes so they're nice and dry.
Okay. There we go. Unlock. Okay, dripping wet. Yotto hauls himself out of the water. When he does so, the yelling from the villagers increases and intensifies. They're definitely not happy about something. Yotto, to drag yourself out of the water, you've got your sword in your hand. You stand up from prone, 50%. Yep, I'd say you've got 40% left to act. What do you do with the remaining?
And he's made his way over to his buddies. Can he use that 40% all as perception? He wants to look for the wyvern.
Sure. To move over, it's a short distance, but would take up some of his... Oh no, it's 20 foot. So he's got 30% left to have a look around. Give me a roll, please. Oops. Why is it that? What's the roll?
20.
20? Could be really good, it could be really bad, it could be right in the middle. What's his perception, please?
48.
Thank you. No, there is no sign of this thing. He can't hear or see it.
Okay, so, I mean, essentially what he's going to do is keep his sword raised, basically.
Okay, that's his action for this run.
Yeah, thanks.
Oops. Flip. Lock. A number of people start coming out of the house. There are children and others. And they're clustering around the man on the ground that's been slain. And there is screaming. The children are crying. A woman is trying to comfort the children. It is just pandemonium over here. Meanwhile, warriors are stepping onto the bridge, weapons out, yelling, and definitely directing it at the 3 that they can see down here. Next up is Nicholas.
Nicholas will want to talk with Yotto and Severin.
Okay.
And he will do further action based on the result of that discussion.
All right. Well, Yosso's had his turn, so he's got 3 words left. Say what you'd like to say, please. Nicholas.
Oh, so Nicholas would say, they spotted you in the water. They say that we've invaded their home, that we've imprisoned them, and we've sent the beast against them. They want us to drop our weapons and surrender. I think we should try to negotiate for us to leave peacefully. Perhaps see if we can take Tanya's body with us. I'm right in thinking, because we haven't attacked any villages. We have not hurt any villages, have we?
You don't know.
No, we haven't.
There's a Blueskin that was definitely killed. Askell killed this person here who looks like a tribesman, for sure.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. There's another body here. You haven't inspected who this body is, but yeah. But definitely that person there was dressed as a Blueskin tribesman.
Cool. How does Yotto respond?
If not in 3 words, a very short answer. Yotto.
Just before I answer, I apologise for my lack of memory. Why are we in this stronghold? I mean, I know we know after Torvish Papillus. I know Torvish Papillus is not here. I know this is like the inflection point, essentially, that we were brought to by our Mara guides. Why exactly did we enter this village? Can anyone remember?
I think we were here to. We were going to see if we could, depending on what the situation was. I thought the plan was to get information from the people in the village about plans, or the whereabouts and the plans of, even more information about what Papillus and his team were doing.
So I think what Yotto would say is, let's bail. It doesn't have any other word.
So yeah, Nicholas will want to yell in M.E.R.P that we mean them no harm. We were not here for them, but for the Turang people, and that we want to leave in peace.
Okay. I might ask. I won't do it now because you're not kind of facing them. There's not like a kind of a negotiation or a social role.
Yeah.
But potentially that may come up. But yet you yell that out. One thing I would say is the words that you've been able to get in M.E.R.P, the language of the Mara people, is you've been able to get the gist of it. So maybe not every single one of those words that I provided you. A good way of thinking about it is quite heavily accented. So Nicholas is from the north, and a good way of thinking would be, for example, comparing a New Zealand accent speaking English to a lowland Scot speaking English. Not a Highland Scot. So a Highland Scot can be really, really hard to understand, but a person from lower Scotland, very northern England, can be problematic for someone from, for example, the States or other parts of the English-speaking world. That would be kind of you're getting the tone, you're getting the use of the words. You suspect you may need a communication role because they are using different phrases to what you're used to. And it was the same with your Mara guides as well. The language is similar, but the use of words is different. Okay, so you yell that out. At the top of your voice, definitely they would have heard it. No doubt, absolutely no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Well, then he'll want to go up the ladder.
Okay. Well, hang on. He spent...
Oh, okay, if he doesn't have action, then he...
Yep.
Yeah.
He would have communicated for 30%. He would have yelled that out for 50%. He's got 50% remaining.
Yep, he'll move towards the ladder then.
Okay. So he gets to about there.
Yep, cool.
All right. Next up is Askell up on the roof line. So Askell, there's a lot of you're seeing definitely warrior types here, forming another one here, another one here. This woman has picked up a bow. She shot at the beast. This woman here is on the ground. She has thrown her arms over the remains of this man who was bitten in half and is just sobbing uncontrollably and screaming. She's beating at her breast. She's tearing at her hair. She is absolutely distraught. You get to see an older man, Askell, an older woman, and two other women tending to this woman. The two children, two young girls, are kind of peering around in absolute abject terror from around the side of the house, looking at what's going on. The elderly woman is back a bit with the two girls. In terms of fighting types, this guy here, who has moved up, still keeping an eye on the people downstream. This woman here has got an arrow on the string and is now training it downriver, or is looking at Askell and pointing either at Askell or your companions down here, Askell. There's been a lot of shouting in... You think it's the Mara language, from what you've picked up, and you've heard Nicholas shout something back. You've obviously got no idea what anybody's saying. What do you do? And
Cool.
Jada's just asked you to come down.
Yeah. So to do that, so he will basically just turn and fly back down to the left, and across there to just by in front of the bird, sort of thing.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Obviously, he hasn't seen Jada, but he could hear her. So come down there, and whatever left he does, he would just say, "Jada, where are you?"
Okay.
And it's probably take up his turn.
Okay, done. Okay, and Severin, your turn. Last actor.
Severin will move to the bottom of the ladder. And will, I suppose he can see Askell, and he will say,
Yes.
"Yeah, time to go.
All right.
Let's retreat." Askell.
End of that round. I'm going to take us out of rounds, but I am going to keep the dramatic fighting music on the background because you never know when things are going to kick off. Talk me through. Talk me through, please. I'm going to go through a list of characters and describe what you do, and we'll kind of act this out and see what happens. So, Severin and Nicholas, you get to the bottom of the ladder. Yotto, you've just come out. You've had this information imparted to you. Askell, you're with Jada, asking where she is. Nicholas, what did you shout back again?
He would have said, "We mean you no harm. We were here for the people of Turan, your captors. We did not set the beast on you. We are sorry for your loss. We want to leave in peace."
You hear Nicholas, and then I'll turn to Askell, Severin, and Yotto in a second. You are there, so you've just got to the foot of the ladder. So you shout that back, and there's a pause for a second from across the river, and then you just hear again, "Stay where you are and throw down your weapons," in Alberinian. And then there's a bunch of quite earthy expletives come at the end of it. Nicholas, while you're thinking about reacting to that, Yotto, what do you do? You've just seen your companions move over here. Again, of course, this is all happening in a language, Yotto, that you don't understand. So please try, if you possibly can, to act on the basis you don't know what's going on.
Yotto would be talking to Severin and Nicholas to kind of hear what's going on with them. He wants to get up this ladder and get out of here. There is no way he's dropping his weapons. That's not happening.
Okay. So Yotto moves over to the foot of the ladder as well. Okay. Askell?
He would have asked once again, "Jada, where are you? It looks like we're time to leave. Head to the ladder." And then whatever's got left, how much percentage would that have been, Chris? Just say that.
2 seconds. He's got 80% left.
80%. I think he had 67 for his just walking, so about 45. He would just start walking towards the rest of them. 45. Oh, he would have landed, I should say.
Yes, no, I'd figure that out. So he's 30 foot away from his companions.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, just walk up to beside Yotto then.
Okay. Yep. And Jada?
So Jada would have acknowledged what Askell said, and she would have also walked just following them, but she'd been careful not to bump into them. To become visible again, and she would go off to the left of Askell.
Okay.
Yep. I don't have her sheet, but I assume she could have easily walked that distance.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
That rock.
Yep, that's a rock. All right. Okay. Nicholas coming into your channel. Any response to Nicholas? From Nicholas?
Nicholas will let everyone know that they're threatening to shoot us. What's the range so far?
Sorry, Pete will know what?
Nicholas would say, oh, sorry.
About 130 foot.
Nicholas will say they are threatening to shoot us if we don't drop our weapons.
And I think right about now we're going to go into rounds. You guys can tell me what you do. Based on that information, we'll go exactly there. So you're all at the foot of the ladder. They've shouted that back, and you tell me what happens. Initiative. Roll initiative. There is the sound of running feet in the direction of the house. Just coming, guys. Jada, you're at the foot of the ladder. Nicholas has just said they're threatening to shoot, and you've just seen one of these, probably more than one, but one initially of these tribesmen rushing over the bridge and coming in your direction.
So there's obviously a bit of a congestion in front of her, so she would just hold to allow the others to start clambering over, then she would go.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she's still invisible.
Correct. Yotto.
He's up and over the fence, up and over this ladder and out of here, quick as he can move.
Sure. So, it is a... I'm going to ask for a moving maneuver. It's running up a ladder. It's a... It's a light... Yeah, it's a light maneuver to run up it. There's still enough light for you to see it. Let me just think on how. Let me just think on how to handle this. I think it's not going to be all or nothing. Light or an easy limit? Sorry, just let me get my thoughts about this. Running up. No, mate. No, I think an easy maneuver is fair. Like, it's just steps. Just steps that you're running up. They're reasonably solid. They're reasonably firm. Yeah, so it's an easy maneuver. It's not going to be an all or nothing. It's going to be based on a percentage. So basically, you roll so long as if you get 70%, you get 70% of your action on your way through. If you roll 100, you get 100% of your action. At the very top, to do this, there is a very short jump. So what I'm going to ask for is no, I'm not. Just going to do one whole maneuver, up and over. The drop down the other side. How does he plan to handle that? It's a 12-foot drop.
he'll go up and over, and he's 6'7". He's an elf, so he'll go over. As he lands, he'll do a tumble roll to minimise the risk of damage.
Okay. Does he have
He won
tumbling or something like that?
Don't know. Good question. He has dancing.
Nope. No. So I'd give you a medium attempt to minimise the drop down to the other side, based on your agility. So two rolls. The first is an easy running up, and then a medium manoeuvre to fall safely on the other side. Give me the easy to get up the ladder, or the steps is a better description.
18.
18. What's his... He doesn't wear armor, does he? Oh, what's his agility, please?
So his agility is plus 13.
Plus 13, okay. 31. So, unfortunately, Yotto just doesn't make much progress. He stumbles when he first steps onto the ladder, onto the stairs, and he only makes it 70% of the way up, so he's kind of about there. He just doesn't
wildly exposed.
Yeah, very exposed. Very, very exposed.
How much time has passed, Chris, since we hopped over the fence?
In total?
In game time.
Yeah, in total, I'm gonna. I honestly don't know. I'm gonna say 7 minutes. Sounds reasonable.
Mother figure. Could you say 6? It's 7 minutes. His fly spell is worn off. That's fine. He's not going to stand at the top of the ladder highly exposed. He'll fall off one side of it or hop down. It's not over the fence, but he's not going to stand there and get shot at.
Alright. Okay. So he drops off down to the sides.
Down to the side, away from the bow people, obviously, to try and put as much woodwork between him and someone who might shoot him.
Okay, so he gets up part way, realizes he's not going to do the lot. He sacrifices some of his action, so he's actually further back there. Okay, done.
Thanks.
Next up is Nicholas.
Same as.
Say again, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking. No. Can you just remind me what the manoeuvres for doing the leaping maneuver, the leaping thing was? The difficulty of the maneuver. If he was to start a run to the wall and do a leap, cast the spell and leap through the leaping. Remember what it was? It was on rough terrain on the other side, wasn't it? So there was the maneuver to do the run.
A lot rougher terrain. I wouldn't ask for a roll for the terrain because it's flat here. You're running over this on the other side. To run up to the wall and leap. I honestly can't remember. Did we say it was a light?
A light.
Yeah, I think we did. Because you're only jumping a... No, I think it was an easy, because you're only jumping, in reality, a very minimal distance, but it's based on that leap that actually takes you up and over the fence.
And he's got to make the momentum to jump over the width of the wall, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll do that, please.
Okay, can you roll?
Is this the maneuver?
Yes, please. Yes, and then the spell.
Yep, 69 for the maneuver.
And what's his running, please? With his agility.
Agility is 14. 14. Yeah.
14. Cool. For an easy 75, 100%, you're fine. And then to cast the spell, it's an instantaneous spell. Hope it goes off.
Yep. 95.
95. Fair to say that goes off. That definitely goes off.
Cool.
Nicholas, you're up over the wall. What do you
He still would have at least 50% action, I believe.
Not with a run and a jump. No.
Okay, he's got 60 movement, so we're able to move 30, 10%. Okay, so he just, I think he would with it, but what sort of distance do you need to run?
Well, he would need to have got some kind of run up.
Yep.
So he would need to have backed up a little bit, run, got to there, and used the 10% to leap over.
So what distance is that? We're just saying he doesn't have 50% left.
He's done for his action.
Oh, okay. Then he won't do that. He will run up and jump off, like Yotto was going to do. So I was basing that on the assumption that he would have 50% action left at the end. So I didn't realise the details of it. They can be redo with him just running up the ladder.
Okay. Try again, please.
Yep. 90.
90 plus 14, I think.
Yes, correct.
104. So absolutely fine. He gets to the top, and then a medium to jump off the other side and land safely.
I thought it was all in.
No.
One.
Remember, I described it's an easy to run up, and then a medium to land on the other side.
Yep, 83.
83 plus 14, 97. You've got an 80% chance of dropping without any kind of injury or problem to yourself. Give me a roll. 80 or under, you're fine.
Yep, 21.
Cool. So, yep, Nicholas, you textbook move, you belt up to the top of the ladder, you leap off the other side, you leap in a way that you manage to land safely, you don't twist an ankle or anything, you're on the other side, you're fine. Haskell.
Yep. So he's going to move to jog because his fly spell has also run out. So jog, so he can move up to 90 for that. Will that take him up and over?
Same process. It's less about the distance that you travel in your round, and it's more the difficulty of running up a relatively moderately rickety built ladder. Give me a roll, please. So give me an easy first, and then a medium to get you off the other side.
I got a 20.
Plus, no, he's no longer wearing armor, is he?
No.
Okay.
Yes, he's not wearing armor. Yep.
Thank you. So what's his agility?
His agility is +8.
+8. Okay. Yeah, exactly the same as Haskell. He gets 70% of the way through. Again, like Yotto should have said. It's just a steep piece. He's just struggling with the distance. He just doesn't manage to make all the way up that ladder. So, like at Yotto, he gets to about 70% up. Does he remain there, or like Yotto, does he drop off the other side? Your call.
He'll remain there.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So, I'm not going to faff around with him, but we know he's kind of about there. Alright. Next up in my order is... there is now a lot of shouting from behind you. And right there, Haskell, someone fires a bow at you. 140 foot off. So you've got that going for you. Cross your fingers. The range is Askell, unfortunately, it's a good shot. It's 14 and a C puncture. I'm going to roll the crit. Crit's coming at you right now. Coming into the main game channel, which you should all be able to see, or put it on for our viewers. 14 and a C puncture coming in at Askell. Hope for a low roll. Exclamation R space D 100. 63. Even at that range, in the gathering twilight, the arrow clips you, Askell. Does it stun you? I don't know. Forearm. Foe takes 2 hits a round and is at -10, plus 3 hits. Foe is stunned 2 rounds. Seven. Hey.
Yeah, sorry. Severin would like to, do the run.
Okay.
And, 32.
32. He's got -12, I think, because he's been
Correct.
Plate. Yep. 20. So he is a little bit behind Askell on these stairs. They're reasonably steep. Askell's standing about here with an arrow that's just grazed him, and Askell is now bleeding. Severin's a little bit further down behind him, about here. That's as far up as he makes it, unfortunately. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh goodness. He gets quite a lot further. Gets up to about there. And that is the end of the run. Guys, it's 10 to 10. I'm happy to go one more round. I'm also happy to leave it there. What do people want to do?
I do need an early night, I think. Yeah. I'll be okay to leave it there. Me?
Okay.
Yeah, happy to leave it there as well.
Okay. Giles? Yep.
I'm relaxed, man. I'm relaxed.
Okay. All right. Roll credits. Stunned silence by our players.
Was that a pun on Asheville?
What's that?
No. I think we're lucky to not have been dragons.
Patience. It was doing its thing.
Come back.
It came down to that roll. 50% chance was it going to go one way, 50% chance was it going to go the other way. And it went the other way.
Interesting. Never sure how these are going to turn out, which direction we're going to go, or that sort of thing.
Yeah. And say Sophocles.